like this, just like we have done here, like this. So you will work a slip stitch to attach this to this, and then work your stitches. I'll just get back and show you how to join the two. So I'm right here, and this happens to be my very last stitch, as you can see. So what I am going to do is I'm going to work a slip stitch and attach it to this one right here that started our row. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to chain one more, and into this very same place I'm going to work a single crochet. Okay, and I'm going to chain 3 rather, and work 5 double crochets into this next chain gap. Four, 5. All right, and then chain 3, work a single crochet into this point. Okay, chain 3, into the chain gap you work 5 double crochets, chain 3, work a single crochet into this point, chain 3, into the chain gap you work 5 double crochets. Again we chain 3 into this joint right there, work a single crochet, and then chain 3 and work 5 double crochets into this chain gap. Chain 3, work a single crochet into the next point. So this is what we are going to do all the way around. You can see how it looks like. Okay, and just do this all the way around until you get back to this single crochet that started the row, and that's where I'm going to meet you and show you what to do next. Okay, so I've come to the end of my row and I've worked my slip stitch, and this is how my work looks like. Okay, stitch, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to work 2 slip stitches, work your slip stitches until you get to the very first stitch of the 5 double crochets that we worked previously. So from here you work 2 chains and work a single crochet into that very same stitch, and work a single crochet in the next, do the same for the next, and lastly work your slip stitches until the second single double crochet that we worked previously. Now here you chain 1 and work a single crochet in the very same stitch, and then do the same for the next 2 stitches. So we have 3 single crochets. Now here we are going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and skip all this, and when you get to the 5 double crochets that we worked previously, you skip the very first one and work into the second one. So you work 3 single crochets into the next 3 stitches, chain 5, skip all this and skip the very first stitch, and then work into the second stitch and work 3 single crochets into the next 3 stitches. See that? Chain 5, skip all these stitches and skip the very first stitch of the 5 double crochets, then work 3 single crochets into the next 3 stitches. Chain 5, do the same, we are just going to keep doing this until we get to the end of our row, okay, and then work a slip stitch. So you see how it is. This is how it looks like. Okay, so let me meet you at the end of your row to show you what happens next. So yes, here we are. I've finished my row and that's how my work looks like. And as you can see, it already looks like we are headed somewhere now. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat this stitch for you guys, like just to show you what I did when I was joining this very last stitch. I didn't chain 5, instead I chained 2 and then yarn over twice, got into this very first stitch right there and pulled through my yarn, pulled through 2, pulled through 2, and yarn over, pulled through all. So that's how I got myself to the middle of, to being in the middle of this chain gap. So just make sure you are in the middle of this chain gap, okay? So right here I'm going to chain 3 and I'm going to work a double crochet like that. So the chain 3 is going to act as a stitch and this is our stitch as well. Now from here I'm going to chain 2 and into the second single crochet of the 3 that we worked previously, I'm going to work a double crochet, chain 2, and into this gap right here I am going to work 2 double crochets and chain 1, 2 double crochets in the very same chain gap, okay, and then chain 2, skip the first stitch and into the second I work a single crochet, chain 2, work 2 double crochets into the next chain gap and then chain 1, work 2 double crochets again in the very same chain gap. All right, chain 2, skip the first single crochet and into the second you work a single crochet, chain 2, into the next chain gap you work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in the very same chain gap. All right, chain 2, work a single crochet into the second single crochet stitch of the 3 that we worked previously and work 2 chains, then into the next chain gap you work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So let me just show you how it looks like. Okay, this is the 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then the single crochet right there. So you can see that into these stitches right here I worked a single crochet and into the chain gaps I worked double crochets. So that's how it's going to go on and on until we get to the end of our row. So let me just repeat this one more time just so you can clearly understand what I have been talking about. And here I have to chain 2, I have to chain 2 and into the second chain stitch of the 3 of the second single crochet of the 3 that we previously worked, we work a single crochet and then chain 2 into the next chain gap, we work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in the very same chain gap. Chain 2 and skip this into the next, you work a single crochet. So just go on, and once you are here, that's where I'm going to get back and show you how to end your row. So once you're about to get to the end of your row and you have finished to work your single crochet and the chain 2, you are going to get into the next chain gap or the last chain gap and work 2 double crochets. Please don't work this chain one, instead you yarn over, get into this stitch and pull through 2 and then pull through all, okay, like that. So we are going to chain 1 2 3, turn our work. Like I said, I'm going to be turning my work. So into the very same chain gap you are going to work a double crochet, and like I said, the 3 chain stitches act as a stitch, and then this is our second double crochet. So from here we are going to chain 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, we are going to skip all these and just get into the middle of the 4 double crochets that we worked, okay, in the chain 1, okay, there. So here we work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in the very same stitch or gap, chain 5, 1 2 3 4 5, skip all this and get into the chain gap right there of the 4 double crochets and work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in the very same gap. Then chain 5, do the same, just get into that chain gap that we worked and just work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the very same stitch. So this is very simple, and I believe it's going to be very easy for you to like achieve. So just do this until you get to the end of the row, and I'm just going to come back at the end of the row to show you how to end it and start your next row. And after that I'm going to let you work the entire project on your own. I'll just get back to show you how to end your work. So I've finished to work my 5 chains, and now I'm going to work my very last 2 stitches, and this is what I do. I get into this stitch where we started from and work 2 double crochets. All right, yarn over, insert my hook into the 3rd chain stitch of the 3 that started the row, and then pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all. Okay, now I'm going to chain 3 and turn my work. Okay, work a double crochet into this very same stitch or chain gap right there. Now I'm going to do exactly what I did on this row, and this is it. You are going to work 2 chains and then into this chain gap, 2 chains, and into this chain gap you work a single crochet, and then work 2 chains and into this chain gap of in between the 4 double crochets you work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in the very same gap or stitch. Okay, then you chain 2 into this chain gap, you work a single crochet, chain 2, work 2 double crochets into the next, didn't I chain 3, chain 2 and work 2 double crochets into this gap right there, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in the very same gap. See that? So just repeat that, chain 2, work a single crochet into the next chain gap, and chain 2 into the chain gap between the 4 double crochets you work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in the very same stitch. So just repeat this until you get back here, and that's where I'm going to show you what to do. So I'm going to meet you right here and then show you what to do. So here I am at the end of my row, and as usual I yarn over, insert my hook into the 3rd chain stitch of the 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all, work my 3 chains and turn my work and work a double crochet into this very same stitch or chain gap. So literally we are going to be repeating the very same steps this for this row where you work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then chain 5 and do the same 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So this is exactly what you are going to do on this row, and then after that row you are just going to repeat this exactly. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, chain 2, into the next chain gap you work a single crochet, and then chain 2 again, then work 2 double crochets into the next chain stitch. So you're just going to repeat these 2 rows until you have the length of the skirt or the toe, or sorry, of the skirt that you want. But I'm looking at these doilies or this motif being at least at your knee length, so your skirt should be at least short. So just work all the way up, and I'm just going to meet you up just to show you how to work your waistline. All right, so let me let you work this until you have the length of your skirt, then I'll get back and show you how to work your waistline. So here we are, and this is how my skirt looks like. These were the doilies, and this is the body. Okay, and as you can see, my very last row is the one where I have like chain 5 and then 4 double crochets and then chain 5. So just make sure that is your very last row if you have achieved the length of the skirt that you need. And now to work your waistline, this is what you're going to do. You are going to chain 3, okay, and yes, chain 3 and into this double crochet stitch right here. All right, that's where you're going to work a double crochet, and now into the next stitch, the double crochet stitch, you are going to work a double crochet still. Now into this gap we are going to work 4 double crochets, okay. Once we have 4 double crochets, we work into the next double crochet stitch, we work a double crochet and work a double crochet still into the next. Remember, we are not going to work a double crochet into the chain gap, okay? So we just skip it and go into the next double crochet, and into the 4th double crochet we also work a double crochet. See what we have? And now into the gap we work 4 double crochets, and we get to this the double crochets that we worked. You just work double crochets into all of them without working into the chain gap, because we just want to have a well-fitted waistline without having it to look like it has more stitches than it has to have. Okay, so you're just going to repeat this until you come to the end of your row, okay, and you can work one more row of double crochets after this one. So I'll just get back and show you once I am done with my 2 rows of double crochets. So work this all the way around, get here, work a slip stitch and then chain 2, and then work 1 double crochet into every stitch until you get to the end of your row. So I just finished working my waistline and I've added a drawstring. As you can see, I've worked 3 rows for my waistline, so it's up to you. You can work 1 or 2, that's very much up to you. And here I can say that we have come to the end of our project. Please, thank you so much for watching. Let me see you all in my next tutorial. Goodbye.